Hello and welcome to another video. In this one, we're going to be talking about Unicode and domain names and how you can have some kind of cool domain names, but they're a little bit sneaky. We're going to be talking specifically about snowman.com, but I'm going to show you a bunch of other examples as well, and let's jump into it. Okay, so in order to get started with this, we need to get a snowman character. I'm going to show you a cool terminal trick that I learned as well. So a little bit of bonus content here. If you do Control-Shift-U, you can then type out the escape sequences. I happen to know 2603 is the Unicode snowman. And if we copy that, we can open up a browser. And there's spoilers in the tab, so... if you go to this.com, you'll see that it actually renders a website, which is kind of weird. Because domain names are generally limited to ASCII, but if you look at the address bar, you actually see the hint here, which is that it's not actually the snowman character, but it's this special encoding here. So you can see this xn-n3h.com, and this is the specially encoded version of this. And the way this is encoded is using a codec called, or an encoding called punycode. And actually, there's a specialized version of it that's commonly known as idna. So you can actually use this directly from Python as well. So if we have, our snowman, we can encode using punycode, which is where that n3h comes from here. But there's also this, if we want to do www.this.com, for instance, you'll see that the punycode actually renders this a little bit differently. And this is because punycode is not exactly designed for URLs. It's more designed for, I think, email, if I recall correctly. But there's this other codec, which is more commonly known as idna, that encodes it the way you would see it in a browser. So that's how you can get this, this codec like this. And it's a little bit weird. So you can see I'm converting text to bytes here. You can actually use codecs directly. Codecs.encode. Grab our string here. You can use codecs.encode directly with this if you want to. Oops. Codecs. There we go. Oh wait, why did it do bytes to bytes, or text to bytes? I thought this was a text encoding. Okay, well. Python 3 codecs. Text encodings. Oh. Huh. Anyway, never mind. I thought there was a way to go text to text. There is not, so you might as well just use .encode up here and then decode to get it back to ASCII. But anyway, there are a particular subset of characters that are allowed in domain names. I couldn't actually find the exact list of characters that are allowed. It's not that many, and it's sometimes hard to register these domains. Like if you tried, upside down smiley's face, 1F643, using that same trick as before. Oops, I've got the double quote here. Like this one is not registerable for whatever reason. So if we did www.this.com.encode idna, and if we tried to, I've actually gone through registrars and tried to register this domain because I thought it would be cool to have the upside down smiley face, but they forbid Unicode registration. And it looks like there's actually a Wikipedia article that has some uncited stuff about which ones are allowed to have this. So there's this particular subset of domains that allow this particular thing. This was actually popularized, I think it was last year during the pandemic. There was the eyeball lips eyeball, what is it called? I think it's in this article actually. Yeah, eyeball lips eyeball.fm, which is it is what it is. This is an example of an emoji domain, or a domain that's allowed to have emoji characters in it. But it turns out I think you can have it for subdomains because there's no limitation on the on subdomain records. So yeah, in fact, Unicode or emoji subdomains. So you can have whatever you want as a subdomain, apparently. And yeah, if you want to learn more about punycode, you can find, like, there's a whole guide on the Wikipedia article that shows you how things get translated. idna again is a little bit different, but it's basically taking this algorithm and generalizing it to something that looks better in a domain name. But anyway, hopefully this was interesting. If you have additional things you would like me to explain, leave a comment below or reach out to me on the various platforms. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.